Leg Game Reviewer, and welcome to my channel. Wow, yes, we're gonna talk again about Arkham Knight. You know, Rocksteady, because at this point I don't even believe Warner Brothers has... Maybe they have something to do with it, who knows, they don't talk, so... They don't give out that type of information on who did what exactly, so... I know it's bad, but I'm going to assume that Rocksteady is the culprit in all of this, because... I don't know, wow, okay, whatever. Let's move on here. It looks like that the refunds will happen regardless of the time you spent on the game. Even if you completed the game, who gives a shit? You're going to get a refund. At this point, I would say it's completely fair because the game is broken. And it looks like they admitted defeat, which means there are even some issues that they cannot fix. So there's a couple of problems with that. You know, when you sell a product for, I don't know what I would say your job is or your business is, but if you have a business, if you sell something, or if you're like a sales representative, if you're even a tech support at a certain point, you have to sell things. And one of the first things you learn, this is one of the first things because it's really important. Number one, do not confuse the customer. It's really important. What does it have to do with this? Keep on listening. When you sell a product, for example, I'm going to take my job. I'm a tech support. I've said this multiple times. I fix computers. It does happen that when a computer is so broke, like so messed up, like a laptop, for example, I see the screen that's so messed up. I can usually, well, in my region, of course, I can usually fix it from $200 to $300. Really depends on the model and the work that I have to do. Some are really easy to do, some are more difficult to do because they require more time to work with. And sometimes the piece, the display itself, it's like it can cost up to $300. I can get a laptop for $369. So it's up to the customer. I tell them the option before I do the work. Do you want a new laptop which could cost you $369 because of the use you're doing to it, which is what? Internet and emails. Like 90% of my customers are like that. Or do you want me to fix it, but it's going to be the same price and you're still going to have the same computer and all? Your choice. One thing is this. I give the options to the customer. I listen to him, and he decides what he wants me to do. If he wants me to fix the computer, I'm not going to go around and tell him, well, listen, you can buy this computer for... No, do not confuse the customer. Go in one direction. If he wants, if you sense, in a certain point, not literally, but if you smell that he's going to buy a computer, if that's your gut feeling, especially if he tells you, listen, I want to buy a computer because, screen costs too much and blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. That's what I see here. Number one, refunds. You know what? We give up. There's refunds. Go away. And another one that says, no, we're going to continue to, there's this issue and blah, blah, blah. There are some issues that we can't fix. I would expect this from an indie developer. They're kind of new. They're not used to get to do business. I completely understand. Well, regardless of what the developers are going through or what's their past experience. Maybe it's a stereotype. Maybe it's just assuming too much. I'm not sure, but I would expect these from these guys, from these type of guys, which I would totally understand. And you know what? I'm willing to accept it. At a certain point. Rocksteady? They're with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is a really big fucking company. They're supposed to be used to do transactions and business with other businesses, with other companies, with other developers and other developer houses and studios and all those guys. They're not doing business with one guy or two or 10. No. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of them, more than 10. But for some whatever reason, they give out two messages. This is like mistake error number one of a stupid noob. And these guys are not supposed to be noob. Yeah, it's the morning. I got coffee, so I need it. And this is weird because since when did someone paid $60 to? Well, at a certain point during the development phase, they said, you know what? We said we had this, but then we can't have this. Really? I don't know what to say. There's a lot of people on YouTube will react swiftly for this, and they will react with a lot of, let's say, emotion. They're gonna be really angry, and you're gonna probably hear them scream or no. I'm just disappointed because this, like I said in my, I would say, well, no, not in my previous video, but in my other previous videos of Arkham Knight, Batman, or just Rocksteady, or well, Warner Brothers. Um, they are literally, I would say, poisoning the gaming industry. And I don't mean that it's going to be weird, but you really have to understand. I don't mean it in a weird way against Warner Brothers. It's like a hidden cancer. It's like a cancer you don't see, and when you see it, it's too late. What that means is really simple. They're giving like an image to the gaming industry that I can't trust them. I can't trust Rocksteady. I was going to say Rockstar. No, I can trust Rockstar, but no, not these guys. Rocksteady and Warner Brothers. This is bad because at the end of the day, they gave me, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in this here, they're giving everyone the image that it's just, we can't trust them. And furthermore, when I buy a game today, even an indie game, because of them, it is literally okay without any authority getting in. You may think I'm exaggerating here. Without any legal authority to come in and say, you know what, you did a big mistake. This is illegal, whatever that means, because it's like it's lawless. The gaming industry is one of the industry that is lawless. You can literally fuck your customers. You can steal them if you want to. No one gives a shit. There's a lot of industry out there that if you steal something, if you, well, do whatever you want, yeah, you're going to get fines. You're going to get penalties. And people will follow you. But here, I don't know, it's like lawless, and everyone does what they want. You can literally make a Kickstarter, fuck everyone up, and steal money for 10 million. No one gives a shit. You're going to get a bad name, but just wait. Use time in your advantage. It sounds like people are dumb, or that's what companies make you believe. People are dumb, and that's it. They're going to forget after a year or two. If they, well, today is going to be really hard because you're on the internet and we record everything. So, yeah, so for Rocksteady, each time I buy a game, not only from Rocksteady because it's done, their next game that's going to come in, fuck that. I'm not going to trust them. I'm going to wait until, which was supposed to be the case, but everyone fell for it. There were no review codes for Batman Arkham Knight. Nothing. When the review codes were out, the same day for the PC. And the review codes for console was out. It is not the same thing. I think people will understand now. No review codes? Nothing at all. I hope they're going to learn. I know there's a couple of people out there, not only for Batman Arkham Knight, but they're going to learn, they learned their mistake. If there's no review code or, well, pre-orders are done and they're going to look at least at a couple of reviews. To at least assume, well, not assume, but just, well, to think that the game is done and everything's okay and cool. But yeah, they inserted doubt in every gamer's mind, which is really bad. It should not happen that way. I'm really disappointed and sad of this because Rocksteady, if you look at it, like in the first couple of games, they were kind of okay. They weren't the best, but it was kind of okay. Like Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Not the best games, but they were good. But after that, it went downhill. Why didn't they work with Origins? I don't know why. I don't know. Well, you can say whatever you want, but without them talking and making like a public official statement, you can assume anything you want. Maybe They saw what Warner Brothers wanted to do, and Rocksteady didn't like. It doesn't look good for Rocksteady in any way I look at it. And for Batman Arkham Knight, that's it. I think this is the end of Rocksteady. I wouldn't be surprised to learn in a year or two that Rocksteady will change name. It's that bad for them. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's like no matter how you look at it, it's really bad for Rocksteady and especially for Warner Brothers. But you know, I hope people are dumb enough to buy the games and pre-order and get DLC and microtransaction and all that stupid shit because this needs to stop. There needs to be some regulations, some guidelines, some rules, anything because it is getting stupid and ridiculous like this. It's shit like this that I'm trying to prevent. At least give out the information to, you know, if you pre-order, this is what you get. This is the bullshit you get. Stop pre-ordering, look at some reviews before it gets out, or look at some gameplays to see what people think about the game. Look at the game itself. Listen to the people playing it to see if it's good or not or whatever. Like general consensus, you know, if all the people that you listen to, they say, you know, it's not the best game, but it's good, but I didn't like this. You can tell yourself at least it works. If you want it or not, up to your choice. That's what I did for a long time. I'm still going to continue doing it. Unfortunately, I don't even trust companies, not even indie companies anymore. I have to check everything I buy, even though it's my job, but it's bad. It's really bad. I don't trust them anymore. Can you imagine? I don't even trust indie developers at this point. Wow, this is really bad. Anyways, I'm done with Rocksteady and Warner Brothers, and I hope I'm not going to see them in my newsfeed today because I'm getting sick and tired of them. So a lot of other people, but anyways. That's my comment on it, and what do you think about Rocksteady or Warner Brothers or, I don't know, Arkham Knight or something? If I do see it like super cheap, I may buy it because I bought the two other games, and you know, when I start a story, I hate it when it's like unfinished and undone. It's but I'm gonna wait until it's super cheap, like less than $20, which I know I will find. Anyways, I'm out.